Welcome back to another edition of Keys to the Game. In this episode, we're going to be talking about ending the season. Now, it is about time for the season to be over with. We are getting towards the end of the season. We just had our last game of the season. I am in Rio Gachero. My team is Hispano Americano in Argentina. We are in the second division, and we just finished our time, the last game of the season. The whole league just finished as far as regular season games. All that's done. It's time for playoff basketball. It's time for playoff basketball. It's time to put all the things that we've done in the regular season to an end. It's a new season. Everything is starting over. The new season is starting over. It is time for us to lock in. The key to the game is lock in. It is lock in time. What's up, guys? I just dropped my new ebook, 6 Must-Have Steps to Be an Overseas Basketball Player. You know, I've been playing for the last 9 years. I got all the steps and the traits that you need to start your journey with networking, with getting a mentor, all the things that you need to start your journey to be a protege. So go get that ebook, click the link in the bio, and make sure you get your steps to being that overseas pro one day. Let's go. Because this is the most important time of the season, the post-season, post-basketball. It's time to reflect. I wrote a blog today on the end of the season, on my thoughts of this whole season since I've been here. I came here from the start of November. I came to the season like 1 or 2 months after it already started, but I was here primarily majority of the entire time. And as this regular season came to an end, we had our last game yesterday. My first loss at home was the last game of the season. Didn't like the way that ended. Don't like the way we finished that, but that's okay because we still have the postseason. We are literally middle of the pack. We are in 5th place. But I feel, honestly, with the situation that I am in and the type of person that I believe that I am, that we can still fight our way to the top and win a championship. Just got to keep believing in yourself and believing in who you are. Always remember the power in your words and in your belief and in your work ethic, that you can still overcome any obstacle. I always feel like every little niche in the road or every little setback is what's going to set us up to become even better. Or when you do win, or when you achieve your ultimate goal, it makes it that much sweeter because you can look back and say, hey man, we was in the 5th position. We was in this position and we was able to fight back and still rise to the top and get the job done. It's just a beautiful experience going into the postseason. So I want you guys to make sure that you're staying locked in for the postseason. If you're grateful enough to make it into the postseason, if your season ended and you didn't have the chance to make it because y'all didn't get the job done, better luck next time. But to the guys that are in the playoffs right now, the guys that are locked in right now, remember, this is the most important time. That season's over with. It doesn't even matter anymore. Right now is the grind time. Right now is the time that we really show who we are. This is when all the eyes are on you. And this is what I want to really make sure that we understand as players, that this is the most important time because this is the contract time. Only people who make it to the postseason are going to get looked at. You want to make it far. You want everybody to be looking and saying, who's that guy? Who's that player? Oh, he's playing good. I like what he's doing. They made it to the playoffs. They made it past the first round. They're in the second round. The longer you go, the deeper you go, the more you get seen. And it's all about exposure. It's all about exposure. Now, I'm not saying go out there and just be a ball hog and try to take everything upon yourself, because you got here with the team. You're going to have to gel with a team to continue going and to continue the process. But understand this is the most important time of your season. Locking in on the playoffs. Because this is when you get those bonuses. When you win certain games, you get certain rounds, you start getting to these bonuses. We're always trying to stretch out the bag. We're always trying to keep pushing, getting further and further along and increasing our bag, increasing our account. For those out there that don't know what the bag is when you have a lot of money, kind of like in the old cartoons where it's a big bag and they have the money sign on it. So when you hear increasing your bag, that is what I am talking about. We want to increase our bag. We want our name to mean something. We want to always be seen and put on display. And what better else display there is than the stage? The postseason is called the stage. You know, in a musical or whatever it is, they go on what? The stage. And what's on the stage? Once you're on the stage, what's behind them? The audience. All eyes are on whoever is on the stage. All eyes are on you right now. You got to put on your best performance every night. Have to put on your best performance, because one game can literally change your whole career. Literally, one game can change your whole career from being a $2,000 a month player to $5,000 a month. Just like that, just because you have one big game at the right time. That's why it's so important to even make it to the postseason, because you're having a better chance of people looking at, because now the teams I guarantee you the teams that you're playing against in the postseason, they're looking at the players that they got, because if you beat them, they're probably like, hey, I would want him on my team next year because he was able to beat us and he played so good that we have to have him. That's happened to me several occasions where I went crazy in a playoff series, and literally after I beat the team, they came and asked me they wanted to contract me for their team, because they're like, you played so good, we're not going to let you go. We want you on our team, because if you were able to do this, we want you to do that for us. So you can't take it for granted. You can't take it for granted. You can't take away this time that you have to really produce and perform right now, because right now is a big time to get your name up. It's so important to understand your name. What are you doing to improve your name? Playoffs. There is no more important time than the playoffs. This is where your name is going to be known amongst many. Enjoy it. Enjoy the work that you've put in to be able to get to this position, and then understand that I have to, whatever level I was on, it's time to take it up another notch. It's time to take it up another notch. And that's why the end of the season, I have to sit back and look back on the rest of the season that just happened and look back at all the games. And then you want to go over some old game film, and you just want to go over everything that got you to this point now. A reflection, recall is one of the greatest attributes we can have if we use it correctly. We got to use our recall to understand where we are at in the position that we are in right now, so we can improve upon our incoming future, whether we want certain things to change or we want to do certain things better, or if we may run across a certain situation again, how can we handle it different? Because right now there is no room for error. It's win or go home. There is not much room for error, so we have to make sure that we're doing all that we can to be as physically and mentally on point. Because nobody wants to lose in the first round. Nobody wants to just get kicked out and go home early. That's a long summer. That is a long summer when you have to be the first one to go back home. And you know, as an athlete, if you get home too early, that's more expenses. That's more money that you got to come out your pocket. That's longer till when the next season comes. So you better make sure that you're doing everything in your power to keep yourself locked in, keep your mind right, and prepare for these playoffs and put the rest of the end of the season in the past, man. That's all I got for you guys for this episode of Keys to the Game. Make sure you guys leave a rating, a like, a comment, and make sure you apply these keys to your game. That's why this segment is called Keys to the Game. Recall. Keep moving forward. Pushing. Regular season over with. Playoff time. Stage time. Grind time. It's time to put your name and stamp it in the field that you want it to be. Raise your name to the level of the expectations that you want it to be. And that depends on you. You're the one who's going to go out there and perform. This is the stage. This is the time. Till next time. Hey guys, thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe on our YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and wherever you listen to your podcast. I greatly appreciate it.